Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Town. Here we are back for another video, this time of World of Tanks. And we are playing, watching a replay, in fact, of the Type 59. And this is where we managed to get fortunate enough, lucky enough to get an ace tanker. We don't get them very often. So, you know, when I do, I thought I'd like to make a video of it. What are we using in this battle? Well, we're using essentially a budget mode, and the reason for that is we are trying to gain credits on this tier 8 premium. We're currently running with a turbo vents and a rammer. I just do like the extra speed, though sometimes I think particularly on more open maps you might want to swap that turbo out for something else. Optics if you're not got a good crew, maybe an aiming device or vertical stabilizers. We've got a mixture of normal and premium ammunition and a few HE in the bag as well, and as you can see, a whole bunch of standard consumables. So looking at the match overall on the Outpost map here, we've got a good mix of mediums, a couple of heavies in there, quite a lot of tank destroyers, at 5 tank destroyers in there, 1 scout and 1 artillery. So overall a reasonably balanced, all tier 8. This is as best as it gets in the game. Everybody the same tier. It's the best you can possibly have in my view for matchmaking. So I think that's fantastic. So without further ado, let's crack on and see how this game progresses.
Time to roll out.
So straight away, trying to avoid the Progetto there, I want to go over to the sort of the JK line. The reason for that is it's generally where the mediums and tank destroyers often play, and I'm not a huge fan of rushing the mid unless I'm in a super fast tank. It can be quite challenging. You see the wheeled vehicles already getting there. You know, maybe if you're in something like a CS, you know, 53 or whatever with the turbos and stuff, maybe you'd go there, but overall I prefer to play my mediums down this line. So trying to push past the Su-130, I do not intend to sit and camp these bushes. We're going to actually play quite aggressive, but it's an opportunity early on to get over this side of the map, and the Type 59 does not too bad in a hull down position. So we're going to make that move, and because we know that everybody is also tier 8, we've got the opportunity to not essentially meet any ridiculously higher tier tank who's going to completely roll us one-on-one. So I'm pushing really aggressive now to get some spotting on. This is a typical tank destroyer area. So far no tank destroyers have been spotted, so it looks like they're playing very light on this flank. I've got a Progetto who I really don't think he knows where he's getting shot from, and we managed to make the shots count and punish him for it. And there we go, and that's the first one down, and there's 1,000. But we now do have the T103. I'm looking for that Cupola. He is obviously moving quite a bit. We do get a shot, and we do get that little Cupola on top of his tank. His turret, reasonably strong. Well, the T103 is not exactly the best tank in the game. His turret can be quite strong when he's completely covered hull down like he is. So given where he is, I don't particularly want to take 400 to the face. So I'm moving over here, seeing if I can spot anything on this side. Oh, we've got a Progetto over there, and I get away with it. Just taking the damage to the gun, which we swiftly repair because I will need that accuracy to deal with this T103.
It's a trap!
And we go for his Cupola there. Unfortunately, we don't get the Cupola, but he's turning his turret now. Do we get a chance? And the Cupola there still the main target. His turret wasn't turned enough, and the artillery finished him off, and we're currently up to 1,500 damage and 231 assistance. And we've pretty much won this flank, and that's purely because the enemies did not play it very much at all. But we've got an ISU 152 over here, very dangerous tank, and we go for a shot. We look for the weak spot, and we don't penetrate. So we're going to look for again. We're going to try and get him in that up. There we go. We get him this time in that up, and we get a crit on him as well. We managed to bounce. We can see there the turret armor working exceptionally well in that Type 59. And can we get one more shot into him? And no, he just goes out of view. Can we push around enough to see? Going to try and use the T-103 for a bit of cover. No, unfortunately he is killed, but we do get the assistance damage on it. So currently up to 2,000 damage and plenty of vehicles left in this game. We've got a Progetto 46. He's coming up with us, and I'm going to push him with T54 Mod 1. He's taking a hit from the left-hand flank. We've got to push up quick before that person reloads. There is the Progetto. There we go. We bounce, but we make a very bad shot, and we miss him. So next, we're going to keep pushing around the corner, keep the pressure on. We've got the T54 Mod 1 with us. He doesn't have the armor, so we know we can pretty much just aim for center of mass, and we will finish him off. Now, we have to be careful. There's an RHM supporting him, but we are able to finish him off. Not sure where that RHM is right now. We know where he was last seen. Right, so we're going to push around the corner over here, and that T54 Mod 1 taking some pain there. So we need to, and the T54 Mod 1 is killed, but we do make it, and we manage to bounce the T74A, and that was very lucky. We get a shot into the FV, and we get some extra ramming damage there, and we finish him off. Maybe I shouldn't have rammed him, but I felt like that was the right move at the time. Right, we know where the RHM is now. He's the one I really worry about, as he will remove a lot of my hit points. But by that same time, he has no armor. We know where he is, but can we get rid of the Barask first? A Barask in the middle. He's gone. Okay, we don't have to wear the Barask. What have we got left? Right, we've got the dreaded Buzzer 176, my most hated tank in the game. I think it's absolutely broken, and it should be removed or completely changed in its current form. We've got a Peregrine out there. Peregrine, very nasty. We take time to aim, and it pays off as the RHM rushes his shot, and we escape that one with a huge amount of damage to the face. So we know where the Centurion 1 is, we know where the RHM is, we take in a chance, we're rushing down here, and we managed to bounce the RHM. The RHM having a bad day, that was 750. We managed to block, and we come around the corner, we spot the Centurion, we get a shot into the RHM, we take a hit from the Centurion, who's not packing too much damage. We come round the corner, we get another shot into the RHM there, we're using our HE. Here comes the Centurion. We get the shot into the Centurion, into his side, and it's not enough, and he does hit us and hit the fuel. But we are now up to 3,600 damage, 700 assistance, and we know roughly where he was. Let's just put one in, and we hit him, and we do some critical damage. We don't actually do any damage to him, but we know where the Peregrine is, and we know where that T32 is. Just the BZ-176, still a concern, and that is that heavy platoon. BZ-176 though is gone, and that is a huge relief. Given my current hit points, he could pretty much one-shot me out of the game. But we are now, the match is wrapped up essentially. We just got to see what we can get now left off the T32 and the Peregrine. We can see the Peregrine is turning towards us. But I am confident in terms of the position around here. I know I've got a wreck. I know I've got some almost hull down position. He is the last one. What can we get from him? We get him in the back, looking for that engine or the fuel tanks or something, maybe even set him on fire. We don't get it. We're looking for the back again. We don't get it again, but we are continuing to put those shot after shot into him. And can we get the final shot onto him? And yes, we do. So there we go, 4,400 damage, 727 assistance for 5,100 combined damage, and we raised our mark of excellence value, so at 2.5%, which is fantastic. 4 kills, and that was enough for 1,551 base experience, getting us the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker on the Type 59. It's my first one on this tank in this old man 3D style, so absolutely fantastic. A good game. You have to get a bit lucky. I still think you capitalize on the mistakes of the enemy. That's what makes the great players great. We got a bit lucky in this game, without a doubt, in that we went down a flank and there was very little there to stop us, and it allowed us to essentially go marauding through the rear of the enemy lines, but we took it and we made everything count. So absolutely fantastic. Very happy with that game. The Type 59, one of my favourite tier 8 medium tanks to this day. I've had it since it was first released, and it's still one of my favourite tier 8. It has been outclassed, there are better ones out there, but it's still such a fun tank, and the turbo gives it just that a bit extra mobility, which can make it fun, but I wouldn't recommend using that all the time, particularly on those bigger open maps where you've probably got some longer range shots. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments below. And if you want to see more content, whether it's World of Tanks, whether it's Game First Plays, or Total Warhammer 3, or other stuff, please hit that subscribe button. It's free for you to do, but it means a lot for me, so thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in for some more videos.